So we are looking at an example for the Week 5 Excel problem number 4. A clinical trial is conducted comparing a new drug for diabetic neuropathy to placebo. Summary data are given in the table below. Is there a significant difference here in the proportion of patients receiving pain relief? Run the appropriate test at 5% significance level. So this is a test for difference in proportions, and that's actually a z-test. We can't do this with the data analysis tool pack, unfortunately. It doesn't have a function to do that. So here's our data. We have two treatments, a new drug and placebo, 150 in each group. And with the new drug, 86% got pain relief, 86 out of 150 had pain relief, 64 no pain relief. In placebo, numbers were lower for pain relief, 58, and higher for no pain relief, 92. I totaled up the rows and I totaled the columns down here for a grand total of 300 in the study. So what we want to do here is we want to add one more column for proportion, and this is going to be the proportion that had pain relief. First of all, our null hypothesis is that the two proportions are equal, so that would mean that the drug was not working. So proportion for pain relief, that's P1, equals proportion for no pain relief, P2. And then since we're just testing significant difference, it didn't tell us which way. Our alternative hypothesis is going to be two-tailed here. It's going to be that H1 is P1 not equal to P2. So first we have to add this column for proportion that got pain relief. So that's going to be the proportion out of the 150. So we compute that with an equal sign, and then we do the 86 divided by 150 equals. So I had 50%, 57% in the new drug had pain relief. And then I did the same thing down here, took the 58 divided by the 150, 39%, rounded to 2 decimal places, of the placebo group had pain relief. We need an overall proportion because we're going to compute the z-value, the test statistic, in this formula. And p hat is the overall proportion. So that's this number here. So what we did there was we took the total that got pain relief, that's this 144, and divided by the 300. So it's the same formula, the pain relief column divided by the total column. So that's our overall proportion of pain relief. To compute the test statistic, Z here, which turned out to be 3.24, I entered the formula for this test statistic into Excel. So I had to take the two sample proportions, the difference between those, so that's the 57 and the 39. Okay, that's this part here, the E7 minus E8, because this is E7, this is E8. And then we're dividing by, all of this is inside the square root. So SQRT, and then was P hat 1 minus P hat. So P hat was this entry here, which is E10. So that's right there, times 1 minus E10. And then plus the, or times the sum of the reciprocals of sample sizes. So that's 1 over this sample size here, the 150. Plus 1 over this sample size. So that's 1 over D7 plus 1 over D8. And that's right here. So that's this portion of the formula. Okay, so you should be able to just edit my formula and get your test statistic. And then the p-value, the formula for the p-value, and again, this is from the workbook here, except I used a slightly different function. I used normal dist because the version I was looking at was for Excel 2007. So this is a two-tailed test, so I'm multiplying by 2 because we're just testing significant difference. And then it's 2 times the right tail, which is going to be 1 minus normal distribution of the absolute value of the z-score here, what's past the z-score, and then mean is 0, standard deviation is 1, and we are doing a cumulative, so that's a true. So that gave me my p-value, and we notice that p-value is small, p is less than 0.05, so we are indeed going to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the two proportions are not equal, and so it looks like this new drug is working. So you want to do the same thing for your problem. So you'll have different numbers, but you should be able to use my table and my formulas as a template. Now, one thing you want to watch for, if it said, is there a significant decrease or is there a significant increase here instead of difference, then you would not be doing a two-tailed test, you'd be doing a one-tailed test. So just watch for that.